Hey everybody. Let's see. Mic check, mic check. Welcome to solo round of the Pixelated Echoes. So it's basically just gonna be a chill stream. We're just gonna go over a few things. I've been gone for a long time, so appreciate some peeps starting to drop on in. It was very spur of the moment. Basically sort of a pre-show before the pre-show that is tomorrow, that we're gonna do over on the Fun Speculation channel. So yeah, we're just gonna chill, relax, and talk about a few things before the showcase tomorrow. It's been a minute since we've done a episode on Pixelated Echoes. We're going back to our like regular scheduling. Like not this Sunday, because this Sunday we're all just going to be hanging out over on Fun Speculation, but pretty much after that we're right back into the thick of it. I think that's was that Backyardigans. So yeah, we're just gonna hang out and we're gonna discuss some things that are happening in the gaming industry, the Summer Games Fest, Sony's State of Play, and then yeah, we'll just kind of go from there. But I appreciate peeps for dropping on in. And it's been a minute. So it's almost like there's certain things I didn't even get to talk about this week, or the past few weeks. I've been gone the entire last month, just because of work. You guys may have heard it on other shows, but was pretty heavily involved with making some of the trailers for the F1 movie, so go check that out. I've been very busy on that and this life and vacationing and all that. So all last month I was like talking to Fuzzy and I was like, yeah, we probably can't even do a show this entire month. So but we are back into the thick of it, and I appreciate everybody for starting to kind of just drop on in. So Solo Round, all it is it's basically is a chiller version of our shows. Usually I like to be pretty structured and almost formulaic with our shows, where we go to all of our topics and all that. But this is a little bit more laid back and just kind of just jumping around. So yeah, so here we go. So yeah, no, I have no idea what I'm going to talk about, but there's a lot of things I've missed over the past few weeks. There was the whole, well, Wu-Tang game is out. I mean, we'll get into the showcase stuff for sure, but the it was a Black Myth Wukong is coming to the Xbox. You guys should go back and check out the episode we did on Wukong. Basically everything we said in that episode came true, in terms of like the developer being kind of shady, and all that. Yeah, we pretty much discussed the whole developers blaming the Series S in that episode. Don't want to constantly rehash that, but it's a very, very good episode. I would encourage you guys to go check it out. But we basically just went over the Series S and how developers keep blaming it as a potato, and then it constantly just coming out that, yeah, it wasn't the Series S, it was the developer. And how developers' mentalities over time has shifted in terms of optimization. Where it's more so graphics first, optimize last. So yeah, pretty good episode. Definitely go check it out. I think it's like episode 19 or something like that. So yeah, a lot of things happen, but yeah, this is just meant to be chill. This is no plan. We're just gonna be hanging out. Rashun Eppinger, he says, yo, what's up, man? And Nisa Hauer was in here earlier, so appreciate you both for dropping on in. And yeah, so in terms of things happening in life, I've just been really busy. So I've missed you guys and wanted to go ahead and just do a off the cuff show before, because tomorrow is going to be pretty busy. I think most of us are going to stream pretty long tomorrow. I think we're going to start, what time is this show tomorrow? I think we're going to start 30 minutes before the Xbox games showcase. So it'll be over at Fun Speculation. So just look out for that. And but yeah, I've been working on a lot of commercials. So I've been in commercial land. I'm actually going to show you guys some shorts that I have been working on, which are pretty fun. Should I do that now? Should I do it before we get into the game stuff? Or I'll do it after. We'll kind of jump into the game stuff, but I'll definitely show you guys some funny shorts I've been working on, and yeah, I'm just gonna hang out. You say still here, feel that the busy, yeah. But I have been getting some gaming done as well. I have beaten Outlast with my sister-in-law. We were kicking butt, and she went back on a previous save because she was playing on some other account. But that game is creepy. Outlast is a creepy game, and we're gonna get to Ill, which is Pong's favorite game. But I've been following the development for that game for a long time. Like the developer, he in the past have just posted a lot of gross looking animations, and now he is making this game, and he started a studio and everything. And Fuzz said, sorry I couldn't be there on the road to Ohio. All good, man. It's all good. We'll see each other tomorrow, I'm sure. And if not, it's E3 week, so like I know Boom had a show earlier. This is just like a very unplanned kind of show. So it's like whenever I don't always get to do like hangouts with you guys. I used to do quite a few of them on my channel, where I said like ask 3-bit or something like that. But whenever I do, when I made this channel, I was like, I wanted to do not like IGN, but very kind of like official. Like here's the topics, here's super cool kind of graphics, and I don't know. Wanted it to have like a certain look, so I was debating on doing kind of solo content like this, but it's been a minute, and I wanted to keep in contact with you guys and all that, and the showcase is literally tomorrow, so there's a lot to talk about before the showcase. There's a lot of speculation I want to kind of get into, and then and a lot of predictions I kind of want to make. It'll be fun to watch this episode right after the showcase and kind of figure out what I got right or what I got wrong. I'm gonna steer clear of certain things that I kind of know about the showcase, because that's not fun. But everything else I have no idea. There's like 90% of the show that I have no idea what's happening. So really excited about that. But yeah, all good, Fuzz. I'll be seeing you tomorrow, man. A little Satna says yes, a little fun speculation. So a lot of cool things. So in this episode, we'll just go through some things that I really liked about the Summer Games Fest, the Sony State of Play, what my rating is, all that good stuff. There's definitely some standouts in both showcases for me personally. So yeah, well, we're gonna get through it. So I'm gonna just have it start playing. So this is the Summer Games Fest. There's a couple standouts for me personally, but I also have a list up here. So it started off like this, Jeff kind of coming to the stage and stuff, and then they announced Mortal Shell 2. For me, I mean, I'm not a Souls-like fan personally, so let's skip to. I believe this was it. I think I skipped it by accident. Yeah. So this was Mortal Shell 2. I haven't played the first one, but I'm not really a fan of Souls-like games, to be honest. Also, I forgot to do this.
Solo round.
Yeah, I forgot to do that. But yeah, not a big Souls-like guy. So, but looks cool. You know, started off the show kind of strong. I was like, I'm just wondering if anyone in the chat, if you guys have played Mortal Shell at all. But I'm personally like, I'm okay. I'm good. Right after Mortal Shell 2, they showed Death Stranding 2.
We hit the pandemic.
I'm pretty hyped for Death Stranding. I'm like a pretty big Kojima fan. I know some people are like, oh, he's overrated, whatever. I think there's like a few director geniuses left in the gaming industry, like someone you consider like oh, that person really innovated in the space. And he's one of them, for sure. You have the guy who created Mario. He's just like a few sort of directors left that you're like, this person has made an impact on the industry, and Kojima is one of them for me. Like, even if you don't like Kojima, I feel like you can kind of appreciate what he's kind of done in the space. So with this, like, Steel said something with this trailer. Like, this trailer didn't do anything for me personally as well. Like I agree with Steel on that, but kind of don't need to, because the other trailer before this was pretty much sold me on the game. And this game, it really isn't for everyone. Like, the first one was very, like, people call it like a FedEx simulator, but it basically was like, it's a lot of traveling, like a lot of just going from point A to point B. It can get repetitive, but what makes it kind of cool to me was like the fact that it was such a different game from what I normally play.
What do you do?
It stood out in that regard. Like, I could kind of just relax. And the soundtrack for the first one was great. It had one of my favorite bands, Churches. I love Churches. They're one of my favorites.
So thank you.
One of the reasons why I never beat the second Mirror's Edge is because Churches was in the game, and there's like a jukebox in like the first level of Mirror's Edge 2, and you can just like play songs on the jukebox. So I never beat it because I would just play songs on the jukebox. So looking forward to the soundtrack on this one. This trailer didn't do much for me, but I'm still looking forward to it. And I'm pretty sure this guy is the guy who's supposed to be like the fake Snake. I think we mentioned. So looking forward to why they did that, if that's actually in the game. I know Kojima sometimes he just does weird stuff. Like, oh look, it's a ode to Metal Gear in the last trailer, not this one, but pretty cool. Looking forward to it. But let me read some of you guys' chat. You got BT Maverick saying, "Hey man, hey, just got to my hotel room in LA for FanFest. Heck yeah, man! I've been wanting to go to FanFest. Me and Mav and everybody in the fam, we've constantly talked about like having a streamer house or something. Like, we always joked about it very early on when we started doing Xbox Ultimate and things like that. Honestly, that would be really fun. But if not that, definitely would like to go to FanFest.
Because there'll be spoilers.
Maybe next year.
You saw the cancel.
Maybe you'll see me over there next year for sure. Because I would love to meet you guys as well. Satnus says I'll stick to real FromSoft or Lies of P and Neo. Yeah. Like, I don't even like a lot of FromSoft games, to be honest. Like, I can appreciate it, but for it just doesn't do much for me. I don't know why. I did really like
But
Bloodborne.
I think
I don't know what it was about
we kind of
Bloodborne.
like top that character.
Because
So
the
Luca
whole
Marinetti
thing
was a
about
great actor.
Souls-like games is like
It was great. He did a great performance. So I think
it's
he was like
difficult,
this new character
right? But
too.
what's cool about it is
20 days. So
it
I'm not gonna
rewards you
give
for
any spoilers,
learning.
you
Like
know.
you die constantly,
what I
but
brought today.
in your
But there
death,
is more
you
to
kind of
share,
learn
and, you
something.
won't have to wait very
So you're
long
going through a
to,
path,
learn
like
more about the
constantly,
game. Actually,
constantly,
this Sunday
and
at Park
then
Summer Game Fest, you tune into the DS2
you like,
live
okay,
game
so
premiere,
there's like
where
3
Hideo will
people
be
over
joined by
there. That
many
chest
members
is going to
of the
kill
cast
me.
who'll be sharing,
Maybe I'll try to
a
go
new
to the
demo of
left,
the game,
and then the
live
next playthrough you go
gameplay
to the
demo,
left. But then you
alongside
see like a big
Fanning,
boss, and he
Troy
does something
Baker,
like,
and I'll be
oh,
there
he
hosting
does
it.
this
And
attack.
let's
So it's
just
like
say
you're
this is not
constantly
the last
dying,
that you've seen
and
of Hideo
that's
this weekend. And we'll
that's
leave it at that.
fine because that's kind of the gameplay loop. Like you're learning from your
The
deaths
gameplay
in a
scene.
way, learning patterns
So
of boss
hope you
fights
enjoy,
and things
will
like that.
join us Sunday too.
And for some reason that
Thank
really
you so
clicked
much.
with
Hideo
me
Kojima, everyone. Great to see you,
with
Mr. Kojima. Thank you.
with Bloodborne, but for the other ones, I don't know
All
why.
right,
Maybe it
and
was
now
the
I'd
setting,
like to
maybe it was the way
introduce
they
my
did it.
co-host for Summer Game Fest. She's
But yeah, the other
Lauren
ones I
Murray,
didn't really
a
care
veteran
for.
games journalist on GameSpot and the co-host of the Friends Per Second
Exotness says
podcast.
Kojima's
Please
one of the
join me in
goats.
welcoming
Yes,
the incredible
yes, he
Lucy
is.
James.
Negative Zero says deleted it after 30 minutes, realizing I'm not a Souls fan. Yeah. I guess you're talking about the.
Thanks, Jeff, and hello, Summer Game
Mortal
Fest.
Shell one.
I am so
Yeah.
excited.
I forgot
to
the
be
name
here
already.
This year. Thank you for having me.
So, anyways.
Now we are on.
So yeah, so then they showed Death Stranding. Then they decided to show this, which Chronicles. Yeah. Chronicles Medieval. Let me rewind a little bit more.
Headquarters.
So this was pretty interesting. This actually surprised me. I mean, it was mostly just like the cinematic view, but it just surprised me because it came out of nowhere. I don't know. I like medieval games, so it does something for me. So I'll keep an eye out. I don't know who the developer is, if anybody knows. I guess we'll show it in a second. Yeah, got the vibe. I love the vibes. This is Church's Chicken. And Negative Zero says I played through the first one while listening to all the gaming podcasts, including this one. Heck yeah, man. Appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, we're gonna have some cool shows this week. There's a lot to talk about. Of course, there is the whole situation of Wu-Tang. I want to get to that. I want to eventually get to the whole gosh, what should it call? Black Myth. The stuff that happened with Black Myth, I'll kind of fully get into and all that. But it's good to be back, yo. It's good to be back. It's like gaming Christmas. All right, so this was Chronicles Medieval. So around this point in the show, I was like, okay, that's not bad. We got Sonic Racing Crossworlds after this. Is this Sonic right here? Yep. So Sonic Racing Crossworlds was right after this. I am a huge Sonic fan. If people don't know, my favorite Sonic is still Sonic Adventure Battle 2. But what's interesting about Crossworlds was it kind of went, I mean, even according to the site, Persona and like other worlds or Minecraft is kind of blending in with this. So I'm not gonna buy Mario Kart. I'm not gonna get a Switch. So this is like the next thing for me. Yeah, oh yeah, you got Hatsune. Is that Hatsune Miku or is, oh yeah, that's freaking cool. I for some reason spaced out around this time. I think I was watching Mav's stream of this in the beginning, but I didn't. I don't know. I spaced out around this time, but I freaking love Sonic, and then I'm not getting Mario Kart, so this might be like the next best thing for me. But super cool that, like, because I know the Sonic racing thing has been a thing for a minute, but it's kind of cool that they're meshing different franchises like Yakuza and Minecraft and Persona.
Like to introduce the man
That's
behind
pretty
the creation of everyone's favorite blue hedgehog.
All right, and after
Takashi
Sonic
Iizuka.
Racing, I'm like almost trying to speed through this, but I want to also show you guys the footage. Was Code Vein 2. And the Great B Rich says, wow, I just got auto sent to this channel. You mentioned the game I'm playing. which game are you talking about? Sonic, I guess, or what was I mentioning around that time? Negative Zero says, oh yeah, this day one for me. Same bro, huge Sonic and Sega fan in general. Let's go. No, do all caps, man. You know, preach the good word. 60 bucks. I'm buying the $90 version. What? Is it $90?
I have one more thing. I'd
Sonic
like to
Racing
show
Cross
everyone
Worlds?
here today. Take a look inside of the
I guess,
labyrinth.
what is the $90 version? I'm like typing in the wrong. I have like 2 computer screens. Spoiler. Okay.
Across all of the platform.
Oh, Black Myth. Oh, yeah.
Lastly, I
got a lot to say about Black Myth.
I'd like to show
But it has
everyone
nothing to do
here
with the
today.
game itself. The game
Take a
itself,
look inside
from
of
what
the
I heard,
labyrinth.
people really like it. I freaking love the intro to Black Myth. Like, I think it's the way they introduce you, like kind of feel like a god, and you're like fighting in the clouds and stuff. And the way they did the intro where he's like fighting, and then like
I guess you could say
the
you
wind
gotta
from
go
your
craft.
attacks, like
Well, I
the
got a laugh.
cloudy
That's all I want.
mist,
That's
is
all I want.
freaking cool.
Next,
I haven't
we're
seen
excited to
anything like
reveal
that
a
before.
Brand new action RPG from Bandai
That's
Namco
the
Studios.
game.
Embark on
The
a journey
developers, I have a
across the
whole
dark
other problem.
fantasy world and
Which
uncover
I'll
a
eventually
vast
get into.
story
But
that
in
eclipses
terms of like the
time.
presentation of the intro and everything, super cool. Super cool. Sonic Racing Cross World Standard Edition for a Switch is $60. There'll also be a digital deluxe for $80. Whoa. And a collector's edition. Goodness gracious. $250.
Time
Listen, I love Sonic.
for some.
I would be the first one. Like, I love
It
freaking
heals.
Sonic. However, I don't know if I love him that much. I'm just letting y'all know.
It wounds.
I don't know if I love him. 250. 250.
For our world.
All right. So this is
Oblivion.
Code Vein 2. I think what's on the screen is Code Vein 2. Don't really care for this, but I seen some people was hyped for it. People like, yeah, finally, and stuff.
You have the power to change.
I don't
all
know.
of this.
I'm open-minded. Like, I will try games. Like, I freaking play Coffee Talk, you know,
If time
which
were a
is a
weapon to
very
wield,
easy game to judge. So I will play like any genre and any game and things like that. Which is like, I look at these showcases a little differently. But
or maybe the next.
yeah, I mean the trailer didn't do much
How
for
to
me.
save us all.
Just saying. All right, so then we got right after Code Vein 2, we got End of Up. No, this was. Wait, did I skip some things? Oh, cool! I could do it on my
At the heart
keyboard.
of Mossberg.
Then I guess was Mouse PI for Hire. Super looking forward to this game. This is a day one for me. I think this is gonna be in Game Pass. I hope this is in Game Pass, but if not, this is a game I'm definitely considering getting day one. It was like Troy Baker is Jack Pepper. Troy Baker is literally in everything. Like, does he need to be in this game? I don't know.
Those who do anything to save it.
I had the volume pretty high. That's probably really annoying. I'll mute it. But Mouse PI for Hire, definitely looking forward to this one. I love the art style. I actually interviewed the Cuphead developers long time ago. You guys could maybe find it. It was like before the game was big, and it was before the game came out. I interviewed them when I was a writer on gamerheadline.com. I know, weird. I used to be a freaking journalist. It's weird to think about. But it has that aesthetic, and I freaking love that. All right. Did they change the name? No, I always thought it was Mouse PI for Hire, but maybe I'm wrong. I love the trailer for this because people be dissing Game of Thrones, but for at least 6-7 seasons, it was the greatest show of all time. Sound like Kanye when he said that. Yeah, for a minute, this was like 10 out of 10 show, and I love this episode. It was really dark, so they got the darkness. I don't know if I'll like the actual game because it's like a real-time strategy, and I have a hard time getting into that genre. So it depends how they do it. Just like a lot of top-down games, it's not that I don't like them. I just don't gravitate towards them like immediately. Like when I look at a first-person game, my eyes like woo, because I love first-person games. But this trailer was really well done, so definitely am vibing with that. And then we got Negative Zero says car paid off, zero debt, started my Roth IRA, plus I got Microsoft points that is going to pay for most of it. Heck yeah, man. Hey, do you? Like, listen, there's a Scott Pilgrim game, and I was like, yeah, that's a day one for me. If there's like some special edition for that, I would feel obliged to get that. The Great B Rich says, looks like GameStop had it as mouse. Oh, okay. Maybe they did change it. It's one of those like things where I forgot what it's called, where most people remember that dude in Shazam, but he was never actually in it. I forgot what that was called. It's like the Mandela effect or something. Sinbad in Shazam, but it was like Shaq or something. You guys know what I'm talking about? Anyways. Then they showed what we got. Atomic Heart 2. This looked pretty sick. I'm not gonna get too much into the like logistics. They had some crazy little thing in Atomic Heart 1. It would kind of put me off the game. It was like this blackface cartoon or whatever, and I'm like, oh, I'm good. And I haven't played it since. But this looks really impressive. Like the presentation wise, like pretty freaking cool. I like their world. Just, I don't know. It's like they learn from BioShock, and it's like now it's becoming like their own sort of thing. Like you look at it like, oh yeah, that's Atomic Heart. Like it has a very strong visual concept design, which I, as an artist and as an animator, director, all those things, I really appreciate stuff like that. Like if you could look at something and be like, oh yeah, that's Atomic Heart, they're doing something right for sure. Because you look at so many different Souls games, and you're like, which Souls game is this? So I don't know. But yeah, this was a great trailer, for sure. It's definitely like super great presentation, and I'm looking forward to this studio. This studio, like, did they get that Game Pass money? Like the fact that they announced Atomic Heart 2 and then immediately like, oh yeah, we're also working on, which is right after this, The Cube. Like that Game Pass money coming in, like what the heck? I'm more interested in The Cube, honestly, because I just love the concept. Like the concept, like the cube is constantly flipping. It's like an MMO RPG. That just interests me. Like, I don't know, it's a super cool concept. Like how does that work like during the gameplay. I'm just curious. But conceptually, it's a really cool idea. Negative Zero says Mandela effect. Okay, it was the Mandela effect. There's a lot of different Mandela effects, like Chick-fil-A. Some people remember it as like CHIK fillet, and then some people remember it as, just the full chick, like CHICK. I swear, like, this is a Mandela effect thing. I swear Chick-fil-A was just like they spelled they spelled it wrong, like CHIK fillet. I swear I remember that being a thing. The people like, no, that never happened. Let me see the cube. Okay, but anyways, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked with looking up Chick-fil-A. And Calorie says Atomic Heart was too slow for me. Very linear hallways and puzzle rooms, which I didn't like. If the second one is much more like Just Cause, that would be cool. And then Calorie earlier said, you running solo, bro? I just landed in LA for tomorrow. So excited to meet everybody at FanFest. I'm so jealous of you guys getting to hang out at FanFest. I'm gonna try to go next year if possible. I would love to hang out with you guys. So I think next year might be the year. I remember, what was it, 2-3 years ago, I went to go visit Mav, and it was like the 100th episode of Xbox Ultimate. If you guys never seen that, that was pretty fun. Like, surprised. Like, I flew over there to Texas. Psycho was hiding in the closet when I got there. He like scared me. And yeah, it was a good time. Good time. Definitely want to hang out with you guys. Munfish seems to also have a publishing arm. Oh, sick. Yeah, like, how the heck, like, where did they come from? Feels like they came out of nowhere. Atomic Heart had 10 million players because of Game Pass. Yeah. Dang. They have a third game too? What's their third game? I only seen 2. Was it at this showcase or was it at the Sony showcase? Maybe I just missed it. Anyways, but right after the Cube, they showed Marvel Cosmic Invasion, where you like play a She-Hulk, Raccoon, and I didn't see who else was in there, but that looked pretty cool. This is Animusha, The Way of the Sword. It's coming next year. This looked pretty cool. I was like imagining Psycho going like, oh, this is cool, while this came on. But I never played any of the Animusha games, I don't think. So if you guys recommend it, maybe I'll start checking it out. Carly, yeah, I'm solo going to head to the Marriott. Heck yeah, I'm so jealous of you guys. Calorie says Russia-based company with 4 founders, and they probably have had some large investment. Yeah, this is crazy. Like I feel like they came out of nowhere, and I remember there was rumors that a lot of their game was fake at the time. Like one of the early person developers on the team was like, yeah, none of the game actually existed, but they created a lot of like fake animations and stuff to try and get investment. And I guess it worked, but the thing is they probably just got really talented people after that and made it an actual game. I mean, it freaking worked out, I guess. But I remember there was like early controversy with Atomic Heart of like the fact that it was like a fake game or something like that. Monkfish has another game called Ill. Oh, is that them? I like tracked a lot of the animators and directors of Ill, but I didn't realize that was if that was them. I didn't realize that was the same thing. This game, I know a lot of people are like dissing this game and stuff, but this is impressive. Like just visually, the physics that they put on the puppet tree and stuff. Like this is in-game graphic, I'm assuming. Like that fur feather whatever looks great, and it's really hard to do that, by the way. Like just let me get nerdy with my game dev talk for a second. Like usually we do hair cards, which it could be with some weight painting. Let me not try to get too nerdy, but usually when we do hair in video games, I think even Naughty Dog still does this, but it's a hair card system. So it's basically planes, like, and it just has a texture on it, and then they make it transparent, and it's just a bunch of like 30 or so planes on top of someone's head, until it looks like hair. Just a bunch of different images. And what some developers do is they put a weight paint on the top of it, so that way it gives the illusion that it has physics. And then some other rendering systems has like splines. I don't know, like how nerdy do I get? Either way. Anyways, what was shown in this was really cool. Is all I'm trying to say. Like, it kind of looks like Punch Out, which I really thought was unique and very cool. The Great Be Rich says Team Cloud Inc. Oh, okay. Team Cloud. So yeah, Team Cloud. It was Team Cloud. Yeah. Okay, so I thought so. That team who does Ill, I believe Ill was, I can't remember if it was in the Sony showcase or this showcase. But dang, the super talented. Killer Inn. This is like an online murder mystery game. I could see this being really big with like Twitch streamers and things like that. I don't know. Like there's certain, like who made this game? Like it looks like it could be really fun. I'm just wondering mechanically how it's gonna work. Like this stuff looks cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm interested. I am interested. It's not there's just so many games to play, so that I'm like, certain games like, you're on the list. I don't know how far you're in the club. If you're outside of the club or you're inside, but you're close. BT Maverick says, I am crashing and kicking Paris and his niece. If you guys see Paris, tell him I said hi. Tell him what's up. Wizard Maniac says 2.5 bit. Yep. Team Cloud is a part of Mudfish? What? Yo, the plot is thick. That's crazy. I don't even feel like looking that up, but I'll believe you. I didn't know that. Arc Raiders is that one game that's probably going to destroy Marathon. If it comes out around the same time. Because I'm assuming it comes out around the same time, right? When does Marathon come out? Or did they delay it because of all the controversy? Oh no, Marathon is September 23rd, 2025. And this is October 30th. So, Marathon got a head start. Marathon got something going on. But Arc Raiders, this looks great. Like I seen just clips of like I guess it's from the alpha, beta, whatever, of some of like creatures like jumping at you, like these like super crazy mechanical spiders. And the way they follow you and the animations and stuff is super like just smooth. Like, I don't know, it just looks fun. I was not expecting, like when they first revealed it, I was not expecting it to be like this. I guess I was expecting a I don't know, like a third person battle front. But I don't know, I'm kinda digging it. The great Be Rich says Marathon is dead. Is it still coming out that day? Like September 30th? Is that confirmed? I just looked on Google. But I've been like in and out of gaming news the past month. Because I know all the controversy that happened with Marathon of like them stealing assets, and things like that. But I haven't heard anything about a delay or what have you. So, but anyways, they had Dune Awakening right after Arc Raiders. I will say I'm not a fan of the animations. Just the way they walk and stuff. I'm a big stickler for that. Because, you know, it was literally my job. So I kind of like judge it with a different eye. But I love Dune, like the universe. And that might be enough for me to at least check out some peeps playing it. It's like when you make a Dune game, you have to get certain things right. It's the sand and the sand system and stuff like that. And it seems like they're doing some pretty cool things with the particles of the sand. I would have pushed it even further, but it looks like it's an MMO RPG, so they're probably utilizing those resources elsewhere. My dream Dune game would be like, let's put mostly single player Dune. I almost want to recreate the movies. Because I just think his rise to power is like my favorite thing. Like having like followers and stuff. I don't know. That idea in my head sounds really cool. Poison Maniac says Marathon release date is September, but rumors are spinning that Sony and Bungie canceled planned marketing. If true, I expect a delay. Yeah. I'm surprised they haven't delayed it already, to be honest. Like, if you're gonna have like news come out that like you have stolen assets and you kind of need to comb through the game, I guess, like see which assets were stolen. I don't know. That sounds like a good reason to delay. And if it's like they cancel their marketing but they still release the game for some reason, like that's just sending the game out to die, which Bungie or which Sony might want to do, honestly. I remember there was earlier reports where it's like Bungie can't make certain decisions. It like depends on their export of the game. I don't know. I remember seeing something where it was saying like Sony could gain full control of Bungie if X happens. I just can't remember what the X was. If it was like if their games aren't successful, then Sony could take control, and I don't know. But if that happens, then and they send the game out to kind of die, that just means they want to fully take control of Bungie if they haven't already. And we'll see. Sony's not doing too well with their live service games. They're not doing too well. This is Chrono Odyssey, I believe. And this game... Whoo! Was this Chrono? Yeah, this is Chrono Odyssey. This game is up my alley. It's like kind of Souls-like-y, but I don't know, it looks more action driven, so I'm kind of digging that. Yeah, this game was pretty cool. it looks like June. Okay, so the playtest. They're gonna have a Steam playtest for Chrono Odyssey running from June 20th to the 22nd. Okay. It's like I watched this showcase like once. Well, when you like rewatch it, it's like I don't know. It's like a different perspective. Then they had Mio. Didn't really care much for Mio. They had Out of Words. I love co-op games, so that I believe it's here. This is Out of Words. I love freaking co-op games, and right now, as of the date of this video, Split Fiction is my game of the year. I played Doom. I've played Expedition. Right now, it's my game of the year. Especially like when you get to the middle and end of the game, it just like I don't even know how to explain it. If you guys played It Takes Two, it's like it learns from what they did in It Takes Two and just brings it up to a whole other level. Especially by the end, it's insane. I don't know if you guys have played it, but what's up, PTK? What's good, man? PTK, you gotta show up. I don't know if you're in Cali or where you're at, but definitely show up for tomorrow's stream. It's gonna be fun. The art style looks cool. Yeah, the art style is super cool. It's kind of like kind of reminds me of like I don't know, like Chicken Run. That's what I was trying to think of. This is Mafia: The Old Country. I just started playing Mafia 2 this year. It was the first time I played Mafia 2. I beat the first one. I loved the first one. First one was more about like it felt more family based, like this is my family, Mafia, you know. Mafia, that was Mafia 1. Mafia 2 was more so like it's like it was more open world. It was about you earning your way into the family more so. So I didn't like that as much. I know people love Mafia 2, but for some reason I like the first one better. And then Mafia 3 I freaking loved. I love anything that's like southern, like I don't know, southern lore. It appeals to me. You said you talk about the SGF right now? Yep. So this is Summer Games Fest. I wanted to go over Summer Games Fest and just like kind of just remember all the games I was there, because I watched it the first time. I watched it on Mav's stream. I watched it a little bit after, but the second time I watched it, I was kind of spaced out. First time I watched it, I watched it all the way through Mav's stream, and then yeah, but I wanted to kind of remind myself of certain games, because there was a lot shown. My rating for it, after watching it the second time, it honestly went to like a 7. It went up. It was originally like a 6, but it went to a 7. This is Lego Voyagers. This is pretty cool, I guess. I haven't played a Lego game in a long time. Nate Dogg says, do we see the Fallout tease this year? Something tells me they want to wait till next year after showing New Vegas and Fallout Season 2. We kind of was speculating on the show on Thursday, and something I mentioned was like, with Fallout, the show was a huge success for them. Microsoft right now is on a roll with their TV mediums from their games. Like when Fallout came out, they didn't really have another Fallout game ready. So what people did was they visited Fallout 76. That gained like 600% in player counts and stuff like that. Then they had a lot of people purchased Fallout 3, Fallout 4. So my guess would be if they have some sort of remaster or remake of Fallout, or of like, let's say, New Vegas or something, they will be, the release would be closer to this show. Like they're doing a lot of cross promotion also with like Minecraft, for example. Minecraft, like they have like the movie skins inside of Minecraft and things like that. And that movie was a huge success for them as well. Say what you will about the film, it did really well. So yeah, they're on a roll right now. I'm sure they would want to continue that, and you might see something for maybe next year. I think the next season of Fallout is next year. And then if, let's say, they missed the boat and they're like, oh, we don't have enough development time for some reason, they also greenlit season 3 of Fallout, so they could be like, okay, we'll make the next one. They have pretty good marketing opportunities, in my opinion. PTK says Blighted was the game of the show for me. Same dev that made Nobody Saves the World. Oh, okay, heck yeah. And PTK, you say you gave it a B for the games and C for the presentation, which averaged out to a B for me. Solid show. Heck yeah. Yeah, I was right there with you. I thought like you know, there was some talking and some annoying bits, like certain games I didn't really care for sure, but they also had a lot of games I did care for. A lot of the middle, like this whole section to me, after, so they have like Lego Voyagers. This is Lies of P, I believe, which did come out of nowhere. Cool. DLC, I believe that was like a shadow drop. They're like, hey, this is coming out like right now. So after Lies of P, then they did Fractured Blooms, Blade and Soul. They did Seven Deadly Sins. I do want to show you guys Seven Deadly Sins if I can find it. Is this it? I think I went too far. They showed Deadpool. I think this is Seven Deadly Sins. Yeah. Art style is pretty cool. At first I was like, what is this game? For some reason it didn't click with me. I haven't seen the show in a long time. But I don't know. I dig the art style. I dig everything. Wait, this is One Punch Man. Am I missing something? Oh, yeah, this is One Punch Man. All anime games look the same. Oh, this is 7 Okay, I was like, because I scrolled back, I'm like, I'm not crazy. All right, so yeah, when I was watching this trailer, I'm like, this is this is pretty cool. What is this? And I haven't seen the show in a long time, so pretty cool. I might actually check that out. Jurassic World was after this. Yeah, Jurassic World was after this. When I went to E3, this was like, E3 was so full. Like the time I went to E3, I went to the very last E3, so they had Kingdom Hearts 3 at the time, and they had some fighting game. They had certain games there. I can't remember, but I remember Kingdom Hearts 3 specifically because I was in the line, and this Sora cosplayer kicked me out of the line. It was this dude basically like shoved me out of the line and pretended like I didn't exist. And I was like, okay, Kingdom Hearts is about to come out. This is not a big deal for me. Like, is not that serious. In the lines in E3 used to be hours long. So if you stayed in that line, that's pretty much what you have to play for the day. Because by the end, E3 is over. So the lines were insane. I do not miss that. Let me know how. I know you guys have FanFest. Let me know how that goes. I'm sure there'll be some demos there as well. Nate Dogg says Fallout Season 2 is December. Okay, so it's in December. So we'll see. See if they plan anything for this year or for the next. The Great Be Rich is Lies of P's. The only Souls game I liked and beat. For me, it was Bloodborne. But I did play a little bit of Lies of P. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. PTK says End of Abyss was another game that interested me as well. Seven Deadly Sins is PC only, I think. Or PS and PC. Oh, if it's... Man... Yeah, I'm not playing it then. Listen, I'm not a huge PC guy. I have a really good PC, but I mostly use it for work. I don't want to use it for work and also for gaming. Otherwise, I'll be playing right here. I like playing on my couch, being comfy, sitting back, relaxing. And my PS5 is really dusty because I only really play like Sony exclusives for the most part on there. Like Last of Us, God of War, stuff. Mixtape, yeah, looks pretty good. I like the skating section they showed briefly in Mixtape. I hope it's like it feels good. They show like a snippet where he's like skateboarding, if I can find it. I don't remember where that was. Didn't care for this. This had Deadpool VR. So Deadpool VR. I feel like I skipped like 10 games. Yeah. Okay. Well, they had Deadpool VR with Neil Patrick Harris as the voice of Deadpool. Some people that surprised. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, Neil Patrick Harris was the voice for Deadpool in some of the cartoons. So he's like reprising the role, but I could be wrong. I know for the game, wasn't it like one of the guys from Uncharted or something doing the voice? Can't remember his name. Calorie says, no, it's community fan fest, so no demos. Maybe at SGF, though, but only content creators got invited to that. Okay, gotcha. So you guys should tell me a little bit more about FanFest, because I am wanting to go maybe next year. Is it like you guys just experience the showcase live tomorrow, and then like you're in that theater and then you just kind of take pictures and stuff? Like tell me a little bit about it if you guys get the chance. Degree B Rich says I run a 25 HDMI cord to my 75 inch. Oh, see, I would play on PC more if I had it set up so that it feels more like a console experience. But even then, like, PC is not really built for like co-op. There's a lot of PC games don't even have like split screen and stuff, and I love that stuff. I'm just not a PC guy, I guess. I mean, that's not true. I used to play a lot of PC games, but I don't know. I've changed. I'm a new man. This was Dead. Dead. What was this? Techland. See, the list I have it was following it for a second, but maybe I just got long. Oh, Dying Light. Okay, we're back on track. Xbox canceled FanFest, so Ben Kenobi then made their own. Oh, gotcha. I forgot he was doing that. Yeah, shout out to Ben Kenobi. That's freaking awesome. I was trying to still make it next year. I think it's cool that the community is kind of getting together and just doing that. It sucks that Xbox is canceling that. Like, so something I really appreciate about Xbox in the past was they spoke to the community more so than any other publisher. So it almost felt like you could just ask Phil, like, hey, when's this coming out, or why is it, or are you doing this decision this way? Now that they are big boy Microsoft with Satya taking more of the reins, and they have this sort of different vision, I get that as soon as they start to pivot towards that, they start to kind of back away from the community, which is like, it's almost a good thing. It's like a catch kind of 22, because there were certain people who felt way too obliged to Xbox, like Tim Dog, for example, who was like acting as Xbox was like his brother or something. So in that case, it's like, yeah, you're getting a little too close. We're still a $1 trillion corporation sort of vibes, but I do kind of miss I don't know, it's very unfortunate in a way, because Sony, you would never hear from Sony. They just rip you off and you never hear from them. The same thing with the Nintendo. Like, have you guys ever seen a Nintendo employee kind of be on Twitter being like, oh yeah, sorry we made Mario Kart $90? Like, you won't see them anywhere. Callie says, but if this was a legit Xbox Fan Fest, I know for sure I wouldn't have gotten an invite, so for me this is cool. Oh, true. I don't know if I would have gotten an invite too. I think I applied one of the years. I don't think I got in. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like, well, maybe. I don't know how it works. Do they just look at your Twitter, like the amount of people you bring on the channels or something? I don't know how they judge it. Just get lucky. What's up, Ray Old? Welcome. Yeah, we are just chilling, man. So I'm just looking at the Summer Games Fest. I'm gonna speed through it in a second and give my rating, because I do want to get to the Sony Fest and get what I overall thought about this show. But man, I wanted to at least get to this, because listen, guys, this is Scott Pilgrim X. For those who don't know, I am a huge Scott Pilgrim fan. Change the color of my light. I'll save the green for the show tomorrow. Pink. I'm a huge Scott Pilgrim fan. So seeing this, I was like, yes, let's go. I can't believe they did this. This completely just shook me. And I love the previous game. I did like walkthroughs on it on my personal channel, I think. Yeah, so if you guys are interested, you can see it, me playing Scott Pilgrim on my personal channel. Love it. Loved to see this. I'm glad that they got the O'Malley, the creator of Scott Pilgrim, to kind of come back. It looks very inspired from the previous game, but it looks like there's a bunch of new levels. A lot of these levels weren't in there, so it's probably just like completely new game. It looks like. So dope. I love anything Scott Pilgrim. I'm glad that's coming in. Prince Green says, Pixel, what you currently do for work, and where can I see your stuff? Still working, I'm guessing saying working in the gaming industry. Also, are you excited for Xbox? Actually, I'm going to show you guys some of my short films. There's some of the shorts I did on my break. Later on, I guess maybe after the Sony part. But currently what I do for work, I'm working in commercials now. So if you guys have seen any of the F1 movie trailer stuff, I've edited those movie trailers. I've been editing the commercials for Aflac for a while now. Auto Trader. If you guys seen Holiday Inn commercials, Jack's is like a southern restaurant, and I do their commercials. those are the main ones. There's like, I'm sure there's another one, but yeah. So I've honestly been really busy working on those, and it's a whole different world, honestly, than video games. But I decided to kind of just pivot from like my major used to be video games, and I used to be very heavily involved in different games like Fable. Like I'm sure you guys have heard me talk about that in the past. Working on Fable, working on Rainbow Six, Just Dance. Um, so mostly like animation based work, like either cleaning up mocap or um, working on game menus, or even Fable doing some of the environmental work in like the towns and stuff like that. Like I was always a generalist working in the gaming industry, like just kind of where they needed me. I always worked in contract usually. When I worked at Ubisoft, it was contract, and then when I worked at Fable, it was contract. So because they hire me through a external company, but yeah, that was super fun. I decided to leave the gaming industry. I didn't really like how I was being treated in the gaming industry. I will say when I did work with Microsoft, it was pretty positive. UB was awful. I think I've been very transparent about my experience at Ubisoft, but wasn't the greatest. I try to be not secretive about my Ubisoft experience, but like kind of respectful. But I've experienced some crazy stuff at Ubisoft for sure. What else? What we got? Calorie says it's a raffle for both events. Supposedly, I feel like Xbox picks and chooses, but probably just less people tried the community fan fest, and I got lucky. Well, heck yeah, dude! I'm glad you're there. I'm glad that we got one of us, one of the peeps in the fun spec community in there. So, heck yeah. This is Scum, I believe, right? No, this one is Mind's Eye. But before that, they had Scum, which that's been in development for a long time, so I'm looking forward to that. Prince Green, so you transitioned to video editing. Then Ray O says, have you done any Super Bowl commercials? I have done an Affleck ad that I think was supposed to air on the Super Bowl's like time slot. But it wasn't in my area. But maybe you guys have seen it. I believe that was the commercial where the Affleck duck was bowling. I think that was the one around that time. So if you've seen Affleck duck bowling, then yeah, then I worked on that one. Rayola says, tell all book 3-bit. Listen, I was telling people like, I was in a party with Dealer and Mav and them, and I was straight up telling them. So if you ever really need to know or need a hint, whatever, Mav, Pong, they know about my experience at Ubisoft. Yeah, maybe one day I'd be leaving hints if you guys just piece together a montage. I leave occasional hints at what goes on. Oh, so this was cool. This was Casino Royale. They had Mickelson kind of be announced as like this DLC villain guy that you can take down. What I really enjoyed about this side of the presentation was they talked about how in the movie he's more so he would like tell people what to do, right? He was more in the background, but this time he's a little bit more action based, like getting his hands dirty. So pretty cool. I vibe with that. That's dope. Prince Green says the gaming industry is not easy. Yeah, it's not. Like, I really love the gaming industry. I think it has some of the most passionate developers out there. Like while I have my complaints about like Ubisoft and stuff when I worked there, um, they also had some of the best like people who love like Assassin's Creed, for example. Like they know everything about Assassin's Creed. They love stuff like Splinter Cell. I've seen early prototypes of Splinter Cell. Um so yeah, I was about to leak something. Um but no, they have some of the best like developers out there in terms of like they love what they do. I think unfortunately it's just the way the gaming industry is structured. It's like they don't really care. It's like big studios, they have so many hands in a pot, and um there's a lot of voices, and unfortunately a lot of creative voices aren't heard as well as the money men. So that creates this weird culture, in my opinion, where all these great ideas basically just disappear before anyone ever gets to see it, and it becomes this sort of generic slot. So take that what you will. Yeah. Calorie says, thanks, nobody here will know who I am. If Jazz was here, he could vouch for me since I worked for him at Windows Centers for 6 months. I'll just say I'm a mod, Mavs chat. Oh, well, heck yeah, man. I'm so glad you're going. Love to see peeps in the community just vibing with each other. Poison earlier said Ubisoft and 3B have a love-hate relationship. We really do, because I worked there, didn't have a great time, but I love their IP. I love Assassin's Creed. I really love Splinter Cell. Prince of Persia. I just have like such a history with like some of these franchises. Like me and my dad used to always play when I was growing up. It's like 5 or 4, and we would play Rainbow Six on the N64. So I just have like very nostalgic memories when it comes to Ubisoft. Like I know people complain about them, I complain about them, obviously, but at the same time, it's like, dang, they have some IPs I really feel close to. I was like, I just wish the gaming industry wasn't this way. Otherwise, I would still be in it. I think I'm open to going back. I think my experience working on Fable and stuff was very positive. It was like it feels so long ago now, but like I loved how collaborative it felt, and yeah, super cool. So Poison Maniac says 5 months ago or so it aired Affleck ad. I mean, yeah. Shoot, I want to show you guys some. I mean, if you guys want to see some of my work where my ads and stuff, we could go through it. Just let me know. I want to go through the Summer Games Fest first, but we can definitely go through different ads I worked on. But I believe it if it wasn't the bowling one that aired, because sometimes they take down an ad and they put it back up. It was most likely the one where there's like a the goat, the Gap goat. If it wasn't that one, it's probably the one, because there's so many different ads we work on, where you type in like stunt duck, and it's possible it was that one. But I'm pretty sure around that time, the Super Bowl, it was the other one. Work on so many freaking ads. Can't find the bowling one? Okay, I could see if I can find it. Ray Old says, was it management, if you can say? And then the Great Be Rich says, which Fable? Oh, the newest one. Worked on that for like a year? 2 years? Worked on Fable? I don't remember. Am I getting old? Like, time is blending together. Oh, you see the stunt one. But yeah, it could have been the stunt, but the stunt one was like our newest Affleck commercial. So I'm trying to remember, did that line up with the Super Bowl time? Pretty sure it was the bowling one. But it could have been the stunt one. The stunt one was a lot of fun. A lot of fun to work on. Oh yeah, so Splitgate. I know we're getting solely sidetracked, and I'm fine with it. That's how I plan this show. It's not meant to be super organized. This was Blighted. Which some people mentioned in the chat. I do really like the art style and how it kind of feels like Metroidvania. But yeah, after I give my rating to the show, I'll show you guys some of my stuff. I actually was planning to, actually. So yeah, this looked freaking cool. Duck Dunk. Oh yeah, actually, I take it back. So we did the stunt one, and then we did the Duck Dunk. So the Duck Dunk should be the most recent commercial that I did with Affleck. Oh, so listen, y'all. You guys, I want you guys. I know how you say like 3-bit ruins everything, right? I need you guys for this game to constantly just every time you see Pong on the show, just tell him to play this game. I think we could maybe peer pressure him. I think we can do it. This game is freaky. But yeah, I've been following the development of this game, and what I really like about it is the main sort of animator that I was seeing that was working on this game. He focuses really heavily on animation and making sure it's like realistic, that it feels weighty, and it really comes through when you're looking at just the visuals and stuff, or when you shoot somebody in the impact, they like fall over the table and stuff. Like I remember just seeing some dev this work in progress videos that he was like working on trying to like get different systems to work. So it looks very cinematic, and I'm hoping when you play the game it feels that way. But I also remember like that sort of like how the hand feels super like cutscene-y. Like it doesn't feel like it's actually doing that. But I remember in his vlogs, his dev vlogs and stuff, how much he was focusing on things not like basically feeling like a cutscene. So I am really impressed with this showcase. I knew it was going to be here because the developer was talking about it. He like mentioned like, oh, like look out. So yeah. Rayo said, did they show the God of War 2D game? I found out on Thursday. You guys can watch my reaction on Fun Speculation thing, but I am so disappointed that is a 2D game. I really wanted to see a remake of the first one. Like that's like, how many times can Sony disappoint me with their games lately? Like they are just hitting another level. Like I wanted freaking Factions, they disappointed me with Factions. They had freaking Concord, and now like Marathon's doing freaking great. Like goodness gracious, man. I just wanted one. And God of War is I love the original trilogy of God of War. I think it's so cool. It's just, I don't know. Like it's like they refuse to remake, like that's an obvious remake that people would love to see, but they're like, no, let's remake just newer games. Like no one asked for a remake that's a game that just came out like 5 years ago. They want to, that's a harder remake. That would actually show your talent of remakes. Remake a game that actually is deserving of a remake, you know. Anyways. Google Poll says there's also another game like Ill, but is Chinese, but has a similar body horror look. Yeah. Yeah. Let me know if you remember the name, because I freaking love the style of Ill. I think it's dope. Ray Old says expenses is eating at them. Yeah, but that's not my problem. They got more money than me. No, I get it. The Great Be Rich also says they do need to do a remake to 1 and 2 of God of War. Yeah, like obviously, right? It's like whenever you think of, like, people are really clamoring to Sony's past, but they are not the same company anymore, in my opinion, in terms of like what games they have, what they actually are presenting to the world. Like they have so many amazing IP that is just dead and not being used. Instead, they just keep remaking the same games and like taking things out of circulation. Like like Killzone, for example, Resistance, Siphon Filter, freaking SOCOM. Like they just have a plethora of amazing IP. Jack and Daxter, like I don't know, freaking Infamous. They have a lot of amazing IP, and they're just squandering it. Mecha Break looked great. Which one was this one? This was what is this? This Infinitesimals? By the way, this is a really dumb name. Infinitesimals, or I don't even know how you say it. I'm not a fan. Yeah, Infinite Infinitesimals. How else would you say it? I'm not a fan. Not a fan of the name. After that, they showed Street Fighter. This was a long show, by the way. I am going to skip some of these games because I do want to get to certain ones I do want to talk about. This was cool. This was Wu Chang on Feathers, which I thought looked cool. I wanted to talk about this. This is Wu-Tang Rise of the Deceiver. And it definitely has like an anime style. Very cool to like finally see this game that, I swear, we've been talking about the Wu-Tang game for years on this different channels. We've been talking about like, oh, Xbox is going to show the Wu-Tang game. Xbox is going to show, and every single year they never showed it. I started like following the some of the developers and stuff on like LinkedIn. I was like looking out like where is this game? What is it going to be? They finally drop it here. Ghostface Killah, very cool that he's doing the soundtrack. So Brass Lion Entertainment. And it is definitely not what I expected. I think in my head, I maybe hyped it up too much. But in my head, I do think it's unique and cool and what have you. But in my head, I was picturing like a Def Jam. Like it was almost realistic. You get to play as the members of the Wu-Tang. Like I don't know. I was picturing more gritty, more like basically a a rip off of that game. Like, I really miss Def Jam, and I wish it would come back. Like, I think it would be kind of cool to play as, like, literally have the beef with Kendrick Lamar and Drake, and you would just fight with each other. Like, I feel like that would be really, really fun. So that's kind of what I was expecting, and then they showed this. So the art style, as you see, is cool. It has some coolness to it. Like, I dig it. It is different. You know, it's aight. It's just not. It's a little disappointing. Just a little bit. Just a little bit, right? Just not a lot. That was my fault though, because I put my own expectations of what to see, and they never promised that. So, but combat looks cool. Like, it kind of reminds me of Hi-Fi Rush, honestly. The colors, how vibrant it is, and stuff like that. But I just wanted to be on this section for a little bit. I'm gonna keep looping it back because I have a couple things to say, and we've been mentioning it for years. I can't just skim this game and not talk about it after we mentioned it for years. Looks like Hi-Fi Rush. They showed it. This was like such a surprise drop. I know some people who haven't really followed the news hasn't really known that, like, Project Shaolin was its name, and we've been talking about it for years. And this is supposed to be an Xbox published game, and it looked like that's not the case anymore. So I am curious of, like, what happened. And why, like, they dropped out or whatever happened behind the scene. I don't really know. Maybe the rumors got around and that scared somebody off. I don't really know. But it is interesting that Microsoft is no longer publishing it. Did they help them with the development? And maybe it's just like a ghost sort of thing happening where Microsoft, like, gave them the money and there's like, okay, we're going another route. Because I'm looking at the I am looking at this screen right here, and it looks like they are developing and publishing the game, because usually they'll have the publisher, but they have their logo on both sides. So unless I'm missing something, I know my face is blocking certain things, but here, I can hide my face for a second. Yeah. So, I don't know. It looks like they are developing and publishing the game just based on this end card. Poison Maniac says, did they mention any platforms yet? I don't remember. I don't think so, besides this screen. On Windows Central, he mentions the same thing that's on here: PC, Steam, and Epic Game Store. So it's only mentioning PC. So that's interesting. I don't think this is just a PC game. I wonder if this is like, if it is an Xbox game and they're just not marketing it, and then tomorrow we're going to see it on the stage and be like, what the heck? And then it has Xbox branding. I'm curious if that is the case. Like, if they straight up just didn't want to mention Xbox and it actually is still marketed, but just based on this end card, they are developing and publishing. So, to answer your question, Poison Maniac, like, did they get outbid or better deal or offer? If they did get a better deal and offer, you would think that comes with, like, I'm a new publisher, and they would put the publisher on here. But I don't know. It's just weird. It's a weird situation. I'm really curious if this game is going to show up at the showcase tomorrow, and then it has Xbox branding, and they show a more extensive trailer. That's some weird marketing. I'm just gonna say, like, if this ends up being like, no, this is actually a Xbox game and they just didn't mention it here. I don't know. That's a little weird. We only know about this game because of Xbox, so, or the Xbox rumors or whatever. But anyways, they showed this, and it was super surprising. We talked about this game for years. I am still hyped on trying it out. Like, yeah, it's still freaking cool. It's not Def Jam, right? That part is disappointing, but that's my own fault, or my own things I'm putting onto this game. So super cool. I just thought that was weird, but it's a real thing. It is a real thing. Oh, let's go to the next controversy game. Switch to, which one was this one? Oh, this game looked cool. This. Let's turn it up. Let's hear what he has to say.
Hey guys, I'm Ian Prue, the co-founder of 1047 Games. When we started Splitgate in our dorm room, we just wanted to make a game we could play with our friends, and 20 million of you played with us. Now, with the help from our amazing community, we've built Splitgate 2. Why? Because I grew up playing Halo, and I'm tired of playing the same Call of Duty every year, and I wish we could have Titanfall 3. With Splitgate 2, we asked ourselves, how would we take portals to the next level? What if you could portal to entirely different worlds? So we combined the action, movement, and gunplay of arena shooters with the scale and intensity of something much bigger. Splitgate Battle Royale launches free right now, and it's fucking awesome.
Okay. You guys heard it. Live? I mean, did we watch this live? My reaction live was like, he's speaking my language. Because I grew up playing Halo. I think the FPS genre has gotten really comfortable. And they're, you know, like, you're either a Call of Duty clone or what have you. You know, I don't know. And Pong mentioned this, like, he's punching up, right? Because Call of Duty is like billions of dollars. Splitgate, they're just probably like a 50 developer team. Like, it's okay to punch up. If Call of Duty was basically like, who are you, Splitgate? Like, and starts talking trash, like, it doesn't mean the same as someone who's ambitiously trying to go after like a Call of Duty or something like that. But it was just some trash talk, you know, to me. I was vibing with it, to be honest. I was like, heck yeah, like, you know, call him out. Just in the vein of competitive spirit. Like, I'm a dev, I get it, you know. That's how I took it. Twitter, Blue Sky took it the whole other way and be like, how dare he, like.
Now we are honored to showcase the latest project from the talented minds at RGG Studio.
I think it was fine what he said. Like, whatever. It's competition. He's talking trash. I kind of agree. There's a lot of Call of Duties out there. A lot of Call of Duty clones out there. I know some people are saying like, oh, is this a battle royale or what have you? But I feel like there's certain things that are in the game that are pretty unique to itself. Like, first person games in general, like, they can all feel the same or look the same, but it's all about the feeling in FPS games. So yeah, I mean, if I'm like talking about like what he said, I don't really care. I think it was fine. People blowing it out of proportion, in my opinion. But like to Big Mad Mo's point, is like he said, Big Mad Mo says Splitgate will get murdered by Call of Duty if they really wanted to. It's on fun games. Yeah, exactly. It's like Call of Duty, you already know that's going to sell the most copies. It's going to be the top selling game, etc. It's not really about that. It's not really about the sales, but it's about the competition and finding new ways to innovate in this space. And usually it's indie developers or smaller developers that that are pushing the envelope in terms of features and finding ways to differentiate themselves. And usually they have a smaller budget. So like it's like when indie developers get a little bit more freedom in certain ways, and they use that freedom to try and differentiate themselves with gameplay mechanics. So yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot the thing was on. Thanks for letting me know. So yeah, I mean, I had no problem with what he said. I think it was fun. I think he's punching up. It's okay to punch up. And yeah, it's whatever. Google Poll says, I took a break from Call of Duty for about 5 years, but I came back and was surprised how solid it was. Call of Duty gets bad rep, but those games are tight. Yeah, there's a reason why people keep coming back to Call of Duty, right? Do they have a lot of sameness? Yes. I don't think it's as bad as Madden. I think Madden is an example where literally it's like the same game. Call of Duty at least innovates in certain capacities, whether it's story features or different gameplay mechanics. I think the new Call of Duty where you can like turn around on the floor, that feels really good. It's like the tweaks in first-person shooters, it's like small things like that actually innovated, because a lot of first-person shooter features have been done before. So what do you make it? How do you make it different? And little things like that definitely tweak it. Yeah, for sure. Poison says competitive in spirit is good. I don't think it's personal, but I don't know if anything else happened behind the scenes. No, that was it. As far as I know, people was mad about his comments saying that that Call of Duty is the same every year, and he grew up playing Halo, and where the heck is Titanfall 3? And people didn't like that, and took it in a whole other direction, saying that he was cocky and he doesn't deserve to say stuff like that and what have you. The usual outrage. It's like exhausting. Google Poll says the problem is the casual market is very picky with new things. It's hard to break it and predict it. Yeah, for sure. Like a lot of people say they want new things, new games, or new experiences for a lot of part. We are in the demographic, myself and you guys in the chat are in this demographic where we are trying different games. We are playing different games. But that is not the casual audience. You guys are not the casual audience. Casual audience is not going to be on Pixelated Echoes channel. Casual audience is playing Minecraft. That is their game. Casual audience is playing Madden. That is their game. Casual audience is playing Call of Duty. And that is like the game they buy for the year. So whenever people say like, oh, I want new stuff, new things, etc., they say it, but dude, I don't think they really mean it. Because every time someone does something new and innovative, they're like, why don't you make it like the last one? So yeah, that stuff, I mean, that's stuff you kind of learn in game development as well. When I was working at Ubisoft and things, and different, like balancing in what you believe to be true about your game and then what people perceive it to be and what is the actual reality. So, you know. Poison says, I play Call of Duty and Minecraft. What do you I mean, It's been a minute since I played Minecraft, but I've been playing some Call of Duty. I'm not judging. I'm not judging. I'm not saying nothing. I didn't say anything. Fuzzy says Titanfall 3 doesn't exist because the studio went all in on Battle Royale. What did they do? What did that team do? Like, Titanfall 2 happened. It wasn't successful because of another game. Now what are they working on? What is that team working on? I guess it's the Jedi games, I believe. Also, this was a really cool tease. This was Resident Evil 9. I really love this tease. This is a highlight for me, just because in the beginning they're like, "Oh, we'll show it later," and then they showed it later. That was a very good. I'm like, "Oh man, like you guys not gonna show nothing," and then yeah, that was very cool. So I believe that was the end. Am I wrong? Yeah, the rest is just like filler stuff. Okay, we finally kind of made it. I know I skipped a lot and we were just chatting, but that was what I thought would happen anyways. Overall, my official rating for this show was a good old 7. 7 that IGNs love to give out. I'm gonna give it a good old IGN 7 out of 10. I thought the pacing was okay. I didn't think it was super bad, as some people were saying. Like, I did feel like they went, they did have a game and after game after game, but Jeff, a little too much Jeff, I would say. I did have it at a 6 for a minute, as Cyber Gunter said. His score is a 6. I did have it as a 6 for a minute, but when I was looking back at it, how I kind of judge these shows is, what do I see myself playing and what do I kind of get out of this show? It had a lot of cool stuff. I really felt that boxing. That was the game earlier. If I could find it. Oh, yeah. I really like this game. Felt that boxing. It's ridiculous, but it's super unique and it stood out to me. This is a game I can see myself playing. Arc Raiders. I mean, we already seen that, but what I liked seeing Atomic Heart 2. So that was a highlight. Why was I don't want to see a Jurassic World at another showcase. Those games are so bad. I'm just saying. I can't. Like, I remember standing in line at E3 for Jurassic World because no one else wanted to play it, so those lines were super short. I don't know. I guess I'm just not a fan. If you guys like Jurassic World, I'm sorry. Acts of Blood, I've been following that game for a while. The developer, he's like, see if I can find it in the thing too. We have, okay, it's right before Scott Pilgrim. Ah, I was right there. Okay, yeah, Acts of Blood. So the developer for this game, he was very much inspired by the Raid. And if you guys have not watched the Raid, please watch it now, or you guys can wait till my show's over. But you guys' homework is to watch the Raid. But it was very much inspired by the Raid, and definitely shows in some of the movements. And it is also inspired by Sleeping Dogs. And I've been wanting a Sleeping Dogs game for a minute. I love the way the combat felt in Sleeping Dogs. It's like, it was very snappy, not floaty. Like, everything, when you punch somebody, it felt like, ugh. And I'm getting that vibe from this game too. So this was definitely a highlight for me. Acts of Blood. I can definitely see myself purchasing that. It's by one guy also. So I hope he's had a lot of time to kind of pad out the game. This game, Poison, is the game I'm talking about, Acts of Blood. So I mean, yeah, it just looks really unique. I hope he had time to kind of pad out the game. He's only one developer, so like, I hope he put time in the gameplay mechanics of like how you can upgrade your character and things like that. But overall, I mean, it looks fun. It looks really fun. This game really vibed with me, so that's what I look for. And then immediately after this, I was like, yes, this game looks awesome. Right after this, they freaking show Scott Pilgrim, and I love Scott Pilgrim. I love the universe. I'm like obsessed with the movie. I've watched the movie so many times. I can like quote it. And I really like the game. So that raised the score for me personally, because I'm such a huge fan of this franchise. Other than that, and then they showed Ill, yeah. So some solid games in there. I don't really Mind's Eye, like, I don't know. It's not really. What the heck is this? Is this Mind's Eye? Is it first person to you? Was that Scum? I think that was Scum. Anyways, Mind's Eye, I don't know. I'm so, like, it looks cool. The production value looks pretty good. I'm just worried about it. Like, if I play it, I'm just wondering how much they're hiding from me. But it looks very promising. And some of the behind the scenes stuff just worried me a little bit, but everything I've seen in this game, I mean, I'm impressed. I think there's a lot of cool stuff here. The visuals of the cars and everything, like, it looks great. It's just something's itching me about it. Something's wrong. It just feels, something just feels off. You know. Google Poll says what was cool in Sleeping Dogs is they had that scoring system, and you can compare it to other players and compete by redoing combats. More games need to do that. Yeah, I freaking love Sleeping Dogs. So if I can get somewhat of a Sleeping Dogs experience this year, then I'm glad that he's doing it. But overall, solid show. Honestly, now that I might actually lower my score. I'm not gonna lie. Because as I'm going through these, like, yes, I really loved Ill, Acts of Blood, Scott Pilgrim. That's not like a banger, though. Those are games I will definitely play. And together, it adds up my score. But what's like the banger? What's that banger game? If anything, I'm trying to think of like my game of the show, because usually I have like that one game that I'm like, oh. I'm sorry, I'm looking through the list. If I had to pick one, it's maybe Stranger Than Heaven. Did they show that? Or Resident Evil. This should be around here. They showed Splitgate, and then they showed this. So maybe this or Resident Evil is my game of the show. But again, it did have like games that I'm definitely going to play. Like, I'm definitely going to play Scott Pilgrim. That's how I rate shows. Like, what would I actually play? I'm definitely going to play Scott Pilgrim. I'm definitely going to play Acts of Blood. I'm sad that it's only on PC, like freaking Poison mentioned, but I gotta play that game. That is a must. Shoot, maybe I do gotta lower the score. Because, like, Atomic Heart was very impressive as well. Mouse PI. I've just seen Mouse PI so many times. All right, how about this? I'll lower it to a 6.5. I feel like that's fair. But if this is a 6.5, listen, yo, because I'm about to get to the Sony show. That means the Sony show was a lot worse. And for me, I rated the state of play at I rated that a 6, and I rated this a 7 originally. But now that I'm thinking about it, this is like a 6.5. And then I gotta write these down. This is like a 6.5. That's my official 3-bit rating. And we gonna look at the Sony show again. We gonna see. But before I do, let's take a mini break. That's for the chat. I want to show you guys some dumb videos I've been working on. But we're gonna get to the state of play next. But listen, man. 6.5 for me. Great show. I had some games I was interested in. It had decent pacing. I feel like there was too much Jeff Healy. Too much talk. Like, I don't think we need to see, like, you have the game previewed, and then he talks, and then he's like, here's the next one. And then it goes to the game, and then he talks again. Here's the next. Like, I feel like it does make sense to explain what you're going to see and things like that, I guess. But maybe that could have just been like a tag or something in the trailer. Like, I don't know. Or maybe just do it for every other game. Like, you don't need to do it for like every single game. I feel like it was a little too much. But overall, super clean, super cool. I enjoyed it. Poison put up my official rating, 6.5 out of 10. That's still a good score, by the way. That's like average, or a little bit above average. So it's not a bad score. PS Gamer is saying tomorrow is Sony's state of play. Oh, of course they are. Yeah. They need something. You got to give them something, Cyber. Because, yeah. Not looking good. Yobi says the Expanse looks sick, and I read on Twitter you can create your own character, and I cannot wait. I seen something about Expanse, like it's like a video or a picture or something. Yeah, looked pretty cool. Google Pie says just a humble brag gatekeeper. Listen, man, me and Jeff have a long history too, if you like look back on this channel, but I'm not a fan of Jeff. I'll just keep it at that. I will just keep it at that. Poison, yours is 5.5 out of 10? Dang, man. So 5.5. So you're saying it's average show. So that means your Sony show, it has to be worse than that, right? I'm not going to ask you your rating yet for the Sony show. I'll see, but man, Sony show was not good. All right, so mini break. So I did this short series at my job where right now I'm a content supervisor. So I basically just edit videos, edit commercials, all that. We decided to make a short series where we are editing ourselves in and out of situations. So Let's watch it. Wait, can I?
Round.
Okay. Let's watch it.
Two black editors, two black editors, two black editors.
A slice of life with a Mario Zay, cutting clips and ads all day. Hey, 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 hey. I don't know what else to say in the song. Hey,
Two black editors.
Export
and upload.
high five. I'm gonna go get somebody.
No. Go on Premiere and cut it out.
Cut it. Okay. Export and playback. Export
And upload.
high five. Anyways, that's episode 1. It's ridiculous. It was very 90s inspired, as you guys have seen. And we made it a whole series, and it kind of blew up at my office. We'll watch the other ones. Don't worry. I want to talk to you guys. Ray Old says, I give State of Play a 3, and it wasn't the game shown. It wasn't shown, especially from a first party. Oh, okay. Gotcha. So you're judging for what you wanted to see more so. Got it. Yeah. I think too many people are giving Sony a pass. It's weird because I agree with Pong. Pong was basically saying it kind of doesn't matter anymore the way, like, in terms of expectations, but I got to keep that energy up with, like, the way I judge Nintendo. I feel like I judge Nintendo pretty harshly because I'm like, no one else does. They keep Nintendo at these weird, have this weird expectation with Nintendo where they're allowed to do a lot less and charge a lot more, because they're Nintendo. So, like, yeah. So I gotta keep that energy up with freaking Sony. And them just doing the bare minimum and somehow still having that premium title is really interesting to me. They don't put multiplayer in their games. They cancel half their live service games. I could go on with Sony. I'm not going to, but with their showcases, just judging their showcases, the things that people used to expect out of Sony, they are no longer doing. And they are still somehow getting by. People just still buying some PS5s and things like that, but they are not really doing the work, in my opinion. But it's almost sad because I feel like maybe they feel like they don't need to anymore. So now it's really Xbox leading the way for E3 of like what to expect. And we're going to talk about the Sony showcase for sure. It did have some things I was interested in, but just talking about it as a show of what you expect out of someone who is Sony. They haven't had a really good showcase in years, in my opinion, of like what I used to expect out of Sony and what they're doing now. They haven't had a really good showcase in like years. And I feel like there used to be like the standard for like Xbox showcases and Sony, and then going to head of like the quality that you bring. And then I believe it was like the year when they had Like their showcase was basically, it was the last E3 showcase or something that they did, was just a musical orchestra and barely showing any games because they didn't have anything that year. And now it's rippling where they don't have a lot of games for multiple years. But they're padding it out with deals and goodwill with the media. So it's just, I don't know. This is very interesting how they get it passed. Cybergunter says, Xbox can have the best showcase ever tomorrow, but people will give it a lower score because those games will go to PS5. It's about the games, not the consoles anymore. Yeah. Yet some of their showcases have been the best showcase I've seen. Like, that is the standard for how you probably should do a show, like presentation wise. And I know maybe I'm biased because I have worked on some of their showcases. The Dev Direct years ago, the very first one I was a part of. But like, that aside, taking my bias out of it, I just think the way they present games, just game after game, like you feel overwhelmed when you watch an Xbox show. Like, what the heck else are they going to show? And they just keep hitting you with surprises and quality and again, maybe it's something because I gravitate more towards the Xbox brand for sure. And then I also I don't know. I think they just present, I'm in the ecosystem, so maybe that hits it differently too. They present a lot of first party games where that's still pretty important to me because of Game Pass. Like, I know some people like it doesn't matter anymore, but to me it still kind of matters because I'm like, what can I expect? If you're first party, most likely you're Game Pass. So what can I expect out of first party? So while it may not be exclusive, it still is like a great deal that I look forward to. Prince Green says, Xbox has been leading E3 the past 4 years since when they revealed the PS5 and in 2018, the year dreams of God of War. Yeah. Google Poll says, I already see a lot. I freaking lost your comment. I already see a lot of pissed off PS owners, not in the console war crowds, just general PS owners not happy. Yeah. I've also seen that. A lot of people just like buy and they're like, what the heck? Where's the games? Poison Maniac says, I don't remember the state of play. I gotta rewatch it. I'll get back to you. Yeah, I mean, we're depending on the time. Because I am hyped for tomorrow. There's a lot I wanted to talk about before the show tomorrow. Which is why I did this, because usually Pixelated Echoes are on Sundays, but I went to hang out with you guys before the show, because I know we're all just going to be chatting it up tomorrow. One more thing, what can it be tomorrow? They could have had this state of play after E3 week or before, just don't show up at all. Cybergunter says, just show me games, please, that I want to play. Thank you. Here, I'll show you guys the next 2 episodes of Two Black Editors, and then we'll talk about state of play, and then we'll close out. So let me show you guys the next episode of Two Black Editors. Enjoy, y'all.
Hey, man. Zay, do you see where that file went?
Huh?
Yeah, I was just saying, do you know where that file is? I cannot find it.
Oh yeah, I deleted it.
From the folder that says do not delete?
Yeah, it was like a Russian doll get through all that stuff. But you need to clear a lot of storage from your computer anyway. But I know you backed everything up. You don't even have to tell me. Don't even answer it. I know you backed it up. I trust you.
Delete my files. I'm gonna delete your chair.
Ooh, I'ma get you back, Mario.
Previously on Two Black Editors. Delete my files. I'm gonna delete your chair.
Alright, I had to start this one over. I don't know, I was doing weird stuff.
Previously on Two Black Editors. Delete my files. I'm gonna delete your chair.
I'm gonna get you back, Mario.
I can get you those notes later. Were you using like the copy I gave you for graphic?
Yeah, everything's perfect. Guys, round one, great job. You guys nailed it. I think this is going to make a lot of waves internally, and we're really excited about that. Really going to push the brand forward. I'm really excited to shop this around internally. Do you guys smell that? Does anybody else smell that? That's just me? Okay, this is new. Let me just Control Z up out of here. Cool, cool. Alright, you try it. Maybe you try it. Huh. Oh.
There you go. Yeah, fun little episodes. Ray Old says, do you have this posted on TikTok or YouTube Shorts? Where did I put it? I put it on TikTok. Maybe I should put it on YouTube too. But yeah, that was ridiculous. Very fun shorts. Because I really do not show you guys like what I do outside of podcasting. So I figure maybe like Poison Maniac, you mentioned like this should be a segment for Pixelated Echoes. Yeah, maybe I just have like a segment where I just show you guys a random video that I did that week or a commercial or something and talk about it if you guys are interested. I am planning one more episode of that series, and I think I'm going to film it maybe next week or start filming. We'll see. Depends how busy it gets. All right. I kind of want to get into the state of play if we have time. If you guys are good, we got a great show tomorrow. It's gonna be a little bit of a late one, but you know, I wanted to kind of get into it. Let me pull up the Sony state of play list. It does help to see it as well as look at it. Playlist. So I'll have that up. But I'm glad you guys liked it. It's definitely 90s inspired. It's basically like this dumb sitcom stuff that you see in shows and things like that. Let's see, state of play. I think this is a good article. All right. Cool. So So this is the state of play. So overall, I thought the state of play was pretty cool. This was, I believe, the first game. State of pathetic. So this first game, for a long time, I knew it said, even when I seen the title pop up, Luminous Arise, I was like, oh, this is Tetris, like the new Tetris, because the music, if you guys hear the music, it's very much like the new Tetris. I forgot what the new Tetris is called, but it's very much in this vein. And I swore, even when I seen the title pop up, I'm like, oh, is this a Tetris DLC? Oh wait, debut trailer. Okay, even this article I'm reading says it's like very resembling of Tetris Effect. So, anyways, Pragmata showed up after this. Let's see. Oh, it's multiplayer. Okay, whatever. All right, so Pragmata was after this. I think this is Pragmata. Some people mentioned it before. It's very, very Hideo Kojima. Like, it has Hideo vibes in it. And I like how, I really hope they lean into the girl on your back, like with puzzles, like solving puzzles. Like, she can do certain things. Looks like she can like shoot some stuff on her back or something like that. I think that's really cool, really unique. This definitely sold me on the game. Seeing this trailer, like compared to the other trailers, there's something about this trailer that really sold me on the game. Maybe it was seeing more of their relationship, because I remember in the first trailer she was like dropping down from space or something like that. Something about this trailer did it for me. So I am excited about Pragmata. So this was the second game that they showed. I will say the hair, it looks great, but I don't know. There's something about Resident Evil hair that like people really like, but it looks so like heavy. I think heavy is a good word. And Poison Maniac says, it could help differentiate yourself from others in the gaming podcast community. I like the idea. Chat, or what are your thoughts? Yeah, so what do you guys think? If you want to see just random like videos I'm in, or different commercials I've worked on and stuff, because I have a lot, let me know. Maybe we'll make it a series whenever I do these solo streams. And most of Pixelated Echoes will be with me, Fuzzy, and things like that. But if I sometimes just want to stream randomly, of course Fuzzy's always welcome. But like, that's what these solo rounds are for. I could just come up and talk with you guys real quick. This was Romeo is a Dead Man. This was pretty cool. This is from Grasshopper Manufacturer. It like, the style is super cool. I was digging the style in this. I believe, is that the same team who does like Suma 51, something like that? This looked interesting. It gave me Dead Rising vibes. I mean, you're looking at it. It's like sometimes you're in a mall and things like that. There's not a lot of enemies, like a horde, but the variety where he's switching between like chainsaws and like this minigun was very, it just gave me Dead Rising vibes. So after this, they showed was it Silent Hill right after? Yeah, for me, this was like the highlight, because I do really like Silent Hill. Yeah, it's super creepy, does what I want it to do. This looks awesome. Like, let's go. Big Man Mo says hell yeah. Okay. I think he was talking about, wait, what are you saying hell yeah to? I gotta clarify your hell yeah. If you're talking about my show. But yeah, this looked really creepy, really unique. I don't know. It's super cool. I really like what I'm seeing with Silent Hill F. Do we know who developed this? Like this isn't that it's not Bluebird, right? Who did this? Guess we'll find out at the end. Let me see. Who is the developer? Who the heck is Neo Boards? Neo Boards. I don't know who that is. Neo Boards? Who the heck who are they? Anyways, why are Japanese main characters never adults? I don't know, man. I don't question. What platforms? It's funny because this article on GameSpot doesn't even say the platforms. That's a good question. Oh yeah, it's multi-plat, so it'll be on Xbox, PS5, and PC. All right, and right after that, right after Silent Hill, they showed this, which is Bloodstained: The Scarlet Engagement. So that's what they showed after Silent Hill. Looks pretty cool. And after that, I mean, I didn't really care for this is Digimon. I'm good. I grew up on Digimon. I wasn't allowed to watch Pokemon when I was a kid for some reason, but I could watch Digimon. So I do have some affinity to Digimon. I just don't really care about the games, to be honest. So I'm skipping that. What is this? Okay, so this is the stuff that people are super hyped for. I don't really care about the Final Fantasy franchise too much. Like every time I tried to get into it, like I could play one Final Fantasy but couldn't play the other or whatever, and I don't know, I just gave up. But I did really like the one that people hated, which was the boy band one, which I think is that 15? Is that 10? 15? 14? I don't know. The boy band one. I really like that one. But I never played Final Fantasy Tactics. This is one where people say it's like the best RPG ever. I don't know. I don't really care for it, but if you guys convince me and you're like, yes, you 3-bit, you got to play this, and if you guys know my type of games, then maybe I'll try it out. All right. So after that, they showed baby steps. I know some people are like, oh, this gains points for me, whatever. This freaking game, if I see this game one more time, this game dropped points for the show for me, at least 2 points. I'm tired of seeing this game. There's a difference between like something that's funny, like that puppet game. To me, that was funny in the Summer Games Fest. Like the puppet, I don't remember the name, but the boxing puppet game, like that was well done to me. This game is just like ugly, and it doesn't, I don't know, it's not funny to me. So you actually lose points. I'm tired of seeing it. If I see that game at the Xbox Showcase, that game is dropping points as well. This one is Hirogami. Poison Maniac says that's game of the year material. Yeah, yeah. In another universe for sure, for sure. Hirogami's, it looks cool, I guess. I don't really care for this either, to be honest. This is Golf Hot Shots. Cool to see Pac-Man in it. I'm never gonna play this. I'm never gonna buy this. So let's skip that. Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, that was pretty cool. I do miss like Ninja Gaiden when it was 2D and stuff. So I'm pretty sure the first Ninja Gaiden was 2D, right? I'm not imagining that. Like I'm pretty sure I played Ninja Gaiden and it was 2D. Like I'm not imagining that, right? But super cool. This game actually stood out to me. I love 2D Metroid kind of challenging games like this. Like I really vibe with games like this actually. So I will be playing that. Right after that, they showed this game, which is Aaron. It's a mountain climbing adventure game from the Game Bakers. I don't know if this is exclusive or not. I just want to know how like these climbing mechanics work. Seems like the character's like pausing, so you're obviously like thinking about where to place your hands, maybe. They do it correctly. I mean, it could be pretty fun. I'm just wondering mechanically, like, are you controlling your left arm, right arm, left leg, right leg? That seems like it could be either really fun or really frustrating. After that, y'all, Rushun Eppinger, is that how you say it? You said the first 3 Ninja Gaidens were 2D. Okay, so I'm not imagining that. So yeah, I played the second one, maybe. Poison Maniac says, I'm sure casual or funny moments content creators will play baby steps though. Yeah. But that's like, people are gonna play it just because it looks ridiculous, and then like I can't imagine people talking about it long after launch. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's like really fun, really entertaining. I'm judging it. And I watch and play terrible games as well, so I like, I don't know. There's just something about baby steps that irks me. I can't explain it. This is Mortal Kombat, the Legacy Collection. Why is collection not a K? Hold on. Did they miss a marketing opportunity? Is the collection really not a K? Oh, they changed it to K in the marketing at least. I'm trying to look at the end to see if it's a K. I do want to know with this, because it says in this collection it has Mortal Kombat 1, 2, 3, Ultimate 3, which is great, and then Mortal Kombat 4 and more. I want to know what the heck the and more is. Is the and more just like the different versions of it? Because they mentioned in the trailer they had like a Game Boy version of like Mortal Kombat 2 or something like that. Is it just that? I mean, I freaking love Mortal Kombat. I'm just wondering. There's so many other Mortal Kombats I've been wanting to play for a long time. That's not these 4. Yeah, see, that's like the Game Boy version. It looks like. Hold on. I'll pause this. I'll take out my window for a second. It looks like I don't know. It's hard to tell. Anyways, yeah, looking forward to that Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. Right after that, they showed Project Defiant, which is this. It is the first fight stick ever designed by Sony, apparently. I thought they made one, but codename Project Defiant. It was shown off for the first time. There's no release information yet, but this is our first look at the device. Are you guys going to get it? It does look pretty slick. I think it's going to be very overpriced, but looks pretty cool. Poison Maniac said, I don't blame you and not playing that. Okay, yeah. Real says, I wish they kind of remaster it. I give it a modern look, but same gameplay feel. Yeah. Yeah, they should remaster it. Oh, and this was Metal Gear. So, actually, this might be... I can't say it's my game of the show, because I freaking love this game, and I've seen it so many times. But... always a pleasure seeing Metal Gear up on here. This is my favorite Metal Gear. 2 is very close. I freaking love Metal Gear. But towards the end here, you see there's like monkeys, whatever. I'm gonna take away my window for a sec, just so you can see it. But they got the ape escape stuff, which is whatever. But then, right here, the guy is hiding in the bush. He grabs a little froggy, and he hides, and then his body turns into rock, and there's like a guy there. And that seems like that's a multiplayer tease, because that is just the way it happened. It feels very multiplayer like, and in the game, at least in the old ones, I don't think you turn into the rock. Like, your character just you would have like a meter of what you're camouflaging, and it would just like go up or down, and then based on your meter, or maybe I'm just remembering. I haven't played it in years, but I'm pretty sure that didn't happen. It just feels like a multiplayer thing. The Great B Rich says Metal Gear animations don't look right. I mean, listen, I still feel like you'll like it though. I understand what you're saying. Like, his run is very stiff, but when you play it, it feels pretty good. So, Big Mad Mo, which game you talking about, man? Are you talking about Metal Gear? Man, if so, man, I think it looks good. We're talking about Metal Gear. All right, and this is Neo 3. I don't think I'm gonna play this. It looks cool. I I didn't play Neo 2 or 1. I don't know. It's like, do you guys really like Neo? Like, do you guys recommend it? It does look more action based. But yeah, I don't know. Oh, Metal Gear, man. I think Metal Gear looks great. Like, especially, maybe it's just I have my nostalgia glasses on. But the Unreal version, like, I just remember what it used to look like and what it looks like now. And it looks like a huge improvement, but I do love Metal Gear, so it's, maybe to the naked eye it looks bad. There's a demo out for Neo 3. I like Neo. Wulong is better if you like magic. I tried them, but I'm not a big fan of Souls. If it's Souls-like, then I'm probably not gonna like it. But if it's a little bit more there's like Souls-like, and then there's Ninja Gaiden. I love Ninja Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden is freaking challenging. You will die like a million times, but you die for different reasons. Maybe it's super fast, and it's about like your approach of like changing from, like, maybe a boss is better to use a bow and arrow And then maybe one boss, it's better to use nunchucks, and I don't know, it's a different strategy compared to a Souls-like game. For some reason, I can't vibe with Souls-like games. I don't mind a challenge. I freaking love challenging games, but yeah, I don't know. Make sure you guys hit that like button, yo. Appreciate you guys jumping on in. Poison Maniac, appreciate the message. Google Poll says Neo 1 and 2 should be on Xbox. Kind of annoying. Yeah. MG seems it took a downgrade from the first show. Really? You guys not liking Metal Gear? Did I miss something? It looked good to me. Maybe I gotta... You guys don't think that looks good? I gotta see what you guys are seeing. Like, there's too many people saying that. Like, look at that. That's not cool. That don't vibe. I think that looks pretty good. No? Look, he's shooting the Glock sideways. What game you know does that? Who's shooting the Glock sideways? Oh, that's a revolver, not a Glock. You guys know what I mean. That don't impress y'all? That don't do it for y'all? No. I mean, that's fine. I thought it was cool. I thought it was pretty cool. So then we got, where's Thief? I gotta find Thief. Is this Thief? I think this is Thief. Yeah, but it looks bad. Maybe I just need a I do want a VR headset. I totally changed my mind about VR headsets when I started seeing like these someone play like this boxing game in VR, and just looked really fun. So I am changing my brain on VR. I don't think I criticize VR too heavily anyways, but I'm interested. Not in the PSVR. I'm interested in MetaQuest or something like that. So I don't know if that game is on MetaQuest, but yeah, I'm not super interested. Tides of Tomorrow. So this is a multiplayer, asynchronous multiplayer game where each player's experience will impact other players running through the world. So that's pretty cool. I wonder... That kind of reminds me of Death Stranding, but I wonder if mechanically I'm thinking about the same, because I could see you're looking at different players and they almost look like an echo of the past or something. It's like you're dealing with the consequences of other players. That could be really cool if it's done well. It's from the same creators of Road 96, and a lot of my friends really like Road 96, so this is their next game. Looks unique, looks pretty cool. Different. I appreciate different. Ray Old says visually it took a downgrade, my bad. Google Poll says it looks like early PS4, Xbox One era. Not bad, just expected modern graphics. Dang. This is, I don't know. I think I'm blind, y'all, because like I get what you guys are saying, but maybe I'm just thinking about it a little differently, because it's I'm thinking about what the old game was and where it's at now, and to me that's a huge jump, because I remember as a kid running in the forest, and then it had like super flat textures around the edges of rocks and stuff, and now it's just like beautiful foliage. So maybe that's what I'm thinking about. And I'm also a huge fanboy of Snake Eater. So, but dang, you guys are like, this is trash. So after that, they showed Astrobot, which is cool. I'm like whatever about Astrobot. I think it's a super solid game. First one was super solid. I only played a little bit of the second Astrobot, but it's like, you know, it's cool. It's cool that they're bringing in new levels and they're supporting that game. Because goodness, like Sony, it's like I just can't trust them with live service stuff. So it's cool that they're upgrading that, and then also they're doing some stuff with Gran Turismo as well. So it's like that's a good sign. At least you guys are updating stuff. What engine is Metal Gear SE on? Snakey Deer. It is on Unreal Engine 5, the new one. I don't know what the old one was on. This is Sea of Remnants. This was like a piratey game. It's described as a new swashbuckling adventure from NetEase and Joker. So NetEase did this one. And they describe it as an infinite voyage looping between death and rebirth, a journey where we row forward tirelessly. So I don't know what that means, but it's like a piratey experience. Looks interesting. I think I have to see someone play it to kind of understand what the vibe is. Google posted I haven't played Snake Eater in over a decade. Me too. It's been a minute. I played Metal Gear 2 more recently, and I love Metal Gear 2. Like they kind of go back and forth with me, like with my favorites, and I know people didn't like the second one because of Raiden taking over, but man, I freaking loved it. But 3, I do wonder mechanically, like if that's going to age well, because it's been a minute since I played 3, but has some cool stuff in there. This one is Sword of the Sea. It's the next project from Abzu. So if you guys have played Abzu, it's that indie game that Sony would always have like every single show. It's like their indie game. Is like the award, like it's the game you would give at an award show. Like you have at least one. Abzu was there, so this is pretty cool. It has like a skateboarding kind of style. It seems like they're kind of building on what they learned with Abzu. If you guys played that one, so it could be. It's going to be pretty polished, I'm sure, and fun time. After they showed a little bit of Firebreak, how dare they show Twisted Metal? How dare you guys? That's insulting, actually. I know they're putting those games on the whatever, but still. All right, 007 First Light. This looked freaking awesome to me. So actually, this is my game of the show. Like it's a younger Bond. It reminds me of the book Bond. Some people have mentioned it, but like the scar on his face is more reminiscent of the book version of James Bond. It's going to be how he becomes James Bond. So like to me, this was a very smart approach because like you are building up your version of James Bond in people's heads. And people have other James Bonds in their heads. Like they have Daniel Craig, like that's my James Bond, and someone has like Pierce and Adrian and whatever. So like build it up for people and kind of make it like an origin story of their version of James Bond, and then they can continue this for forever now. So this could be the first one. They could do a second, third. Could be kind of like a Tomb Raider situation, where you get people familiar with your version of the character. of him becoming the suave James Bond. So I'm looking forward to it. I like here. I think there was a moment in this trailer where he like throws his gun. So he like takes this guy's card. He's like walking around. Let me get my window out the way for a sec. Playing chess, yada yada yada. Oh, see, right there. I'm pretty sure he like throws his gun. He shoots this guy. He's like right there. He's like boom. Like, like that's freaking awesome. Like I feel like not everybody caught that. But it kind of leans into IO Interactive's style of improving, like really giving you gameplay freedom, but doing it in more of an action setting. Because Hitman is a little bit more laid back with its action. Like you can go out and shoot people and whatever, but it is more laid back because it's more so about the stealth and approaching the mission without alerting people. But this one, it seems like you're improving, not in the slow way where you're disguising and you're trying to get in a building. And I love that stuff. But this is like improving with action situations, which is very James Bond to me. Like the fact that he just throws, I'm pretty sure that's his gun, at the guy, and he like runs up. Super cool. So I'm looking forward to seeing like the gadgets he gets and things like that, because it can really easily get into being like a Splinter Cell clone in a way. But James Bond, he's not as laid back. Like Splinter Cell and Hitman are very stealth focused. James Bond, he has stealth moments for sure, but he's also very like out there. With like his fancy cars and like his gadgets and stuff. Like I don't know, he's definitely stealthy, but he definitely has his more actiony moments than like Splinter Cell and stuff. Google Poll says this might be closer to a like Max Payne 3 combat, maybe. Oh yeah. I could definitely see that. I am wondering. Yeah. I could definitely see that. I do wonder how the combat's gonna function. But I'm getting like Splinter Cell vibes and stuff for sure. Hitman has sharp graphics. Compare, it still looks good. Yeah. I was surprised some people didn't like the look of it. Like, why does he look so young? And they were like dissing on his. I don't know. I think it looks cool. You can like grow with this character too. Like over time, you can make him look a little bit older. You give him the suit maybe at the end of the game or something, like kind of build up to him being 007. Like you can use that as a gameplay mechanic, and it's actually really intelligent. If I was like developing this game, not only are you telling people like, hey, I can grow up with this version of James Bond, but you could do that mechanically as well. Like he's slowly becoming James Bond, so you introduce different features or like different mechanics. Maybe he has like a watch that can like poison people. You know, sometimes they just have ridiculous things like, what if I just and it like hits a dart in someone's neck. Like you can do it within the game's story and mechanically, and it all kind of makes sense if it's an origin version of James Bond, rather than like I'm automatically James Bond, I'm already the best, I'm already, you know, there's just something about building up to that. And I think that's something Square did pretty good with Tomb Raider, like making her become Lara Croft through her experiences. It's like hit and miss in certain instances, but I think that's a smart way to do it, especially if everyone loves the character. So anyways, loved 007. We're probably going to talk about a lot of this stuff before the show tomorrow too. Most likely our expectations with Xbox. they showed this. This was Ghosts of Yotei. It was, I don't know. It didn't do anything for me. I like the first trailer better. I don't know. Maybe I need to see that deep dive or something. I was just like, okay. I think like other people, I'm just disappointed in Sony, and like I know what they're capable of, and they just keep disappointing me every single show. This is Marvel. I don't know how to say this. I think it's Toku Fighting Souls. This was cool. I was really shocked to see this. There's a lot of memes going around of like how they're kicking out Capcom. Arc System Works, I just love their art style, love the way they handle their characters, their animation, and things like that. So just looking at this is freaking sick. I love the art style. I love how it's I seen an interview where there was essentially mentioning that they were initially doing like a comic book based art style, cell shading, and then Marvel's like, no, this is like, do what you're best at, do what you're good at, and that's really coming across. Like it still has like a comic booky vibe to it, but it feels very Arc System, and I love that. So looking forward to this game. Google Poll says, are they blocking this fighting game? If so, that's complete BS, but not surprised if it is Sony. I mean, yeah, we could get into that convo. Strategically, fighting games are already kind of niche. Mortal Kombat sold pretty well, but most fighting games in general. Thanks for subscribing, Mehmet Kaya. I don't know how to say your last name. Appreciate the sub button. So it is niche. So the fact that you're kind of in a niche genre and then you are restricting it to one platform, or technically two, it'll be on PC as well. It's just, you would think that most people wouldn't take that deal, but maybe Sony just gave them so much money because they knew that their first party lineup was not going to hit this year, that they're like, we need to make some deals. And listen, we know Sony likes to do this. They did it with freaking Black Myth Wukong. An executive mentioned it, that it was part of their portfolio. they snakily didn't say anything about it publicly. Let Xbox kind of take the fall for the comments from the dev. But listen, every single year Sony is going to have these type of deals. But I think where the industry is kind of headed is they're kind of realizing the benefits of these deals, like short term and long term. Like look at Square Enix. I think Square Enix realized that, like, hey, these deals aren't actually benefiting us. Like, look at our sales. Like, they're disappointing each time because they were restricting themselves to a platform, this one platform. So I don't know. It can work for you. Honestly, it makes sense to restrict yourself to one platform if you are first party. It makes sense. But now we're just in a weird spot with Xbox and what have you. I think developers are just starting to realize that it's not benefiting them much in the long term. But some studios, maybe they need that short-term money. And just take it. And Sony will continue to do that for a minute. So this was definitely a highlight for me, though. I did like seeing Marvel Toku Fighting Souls. Like goodness, it just looks fun. Looks like a good time. Like, look at that. It looks freaking cool. Yeah, so pretty cool overall. If I were to rate the show, I mean, we just basically watched the whole show. You guys, we watched both the State of Play and the Summer Games Fest in this one stream. Like I skipped, I skipped over games I didn't really care about, but just as a reminder for both, because you can like watch a show and you kind of forget about some things, maybe some things stick in your head, but why don't you just go through both shows we watched together? We kind of remind ourselves what was in this show, so I could give you guys like an accurate representation of my score. So the standout for me in this show was definitely 007. So cool to see that here. In Marvel Toku. Every other thing, Silent Hill was cool. I skipped the best game. What was the best? What did I skip? Did I skip something? Wasn't Marvel Toku? That was the last game, right? Or was there another game? Mind's Eye looks interesting. The future game shows. Ooh. Future game show. Gosh, I'm like, my brain is everywhere today. Future Games Showcase had a few cool games you should check out. For sure. Like, I did miss that. I think that was earlier today, right? Definitely gotta check that out. But yeah, I do, guys. Whoever buys Mind's Eye, let me know what you think about it. I think I trust you guys' opinion on it. I just feel so weird about that game. Like it looks great. Like the gameplay looks freaking solid. The graphics look great. It's weird seeing that same actor from Mafia 3 in this game as well. So I'm like, that's Lincoln from Mafia 3. But yeah, it looks good. It's just something maybe it's the bias I hear because of what I heard happen behind the scenes. Like a lot of people quitting and saying like, hey, they're only showing previews of like certain section and they're turning on like God mode behind the scenes. Like they're showing it to different YouTubers and stuff, but they only show like one section, and then in that one section they're giving the gamer like God mode, and it's very controlled. And I've heard those stories. That's maybe that is what's giving me that like I don't know. But everything what I'm actually seeing, because I just go about what I'm actually seeing, not really paying attention to that stuff. It looks cool. It looks good. So let me know, guys. whoever's getting it, let me know. I trust you guys' opinion. Ray Old says, is Sony publishing Arc System Works Marvel Guilty Gear? If you're talking about that game that just popped up, Marvel Toku, Sony is publishing that, so I don't think that's going to be on Xbox, at least for a while. It kind of reminds me of Street Fighter. Is that 5? One of the Street Fighters that Sony did. It's like, to me, it's such a dumb decision to put a fighting game on just one platform, because it's already niche. Like, you want to get a big audience, but maybe they're just like, oh, it's not worth it. I don't know. They took that money. They definitely took that money. Cyber Gunter says, I canceled my pre-order for those reasons. Yeah, it looks good, but I'm just worried about it. It's just something fishy going on. The only game I really cared about in the Sony show was the Hot Shots golf game. I played a demo of Hot Shots golf game when I was a kid, and I would play that demo all the time. I think it was on PS2, if it's what I'm thinking about. But have not played it since then. But Poison Maniac says a lot of behind the scenes stuff and game integration or whatever they're doing or where all that stuff has me side eyeing Mind's Eye. Yeah, it's like it looks cool. Yeah, I guess we'll find out, right? We'll find out what the heck is going on. Overall, so I gave the Summer Games Fest, I wrote it down so I don't forget. I gave the Summer Games Fest a 6.5. This was worse. This was definitely worse. All right. So usually I have two different ratings, right? I have a rating for rating this as a Sony show. If I'm buying a PS5, what did the showcase show me to invest further into that ecosystem? If I was judging it based on that, this would be like a 4. Just being honest. Like if I was using this show as a way to be like, let me invest into the Sony ecosystem, it's a 4 out of 10 for me. But if I'm just basing it off of what I'm looking at and like me investing in certain games, like Marvel Toku was cool. I'm not buying a PS5 just for Marvel Toku, but I think it's also on PC, so maybe I'll check that out on PC. First Light was really cool. That's, that's going to be on multiple consoles, but like First Light was my personal game of the show. I'm just looking at the rating, man. I'm trying to think. So like 007 First Light, then you got Metal Gear. I freaking love Metal Gear. I know you guys are like, oh, it looks trash, whatever. I love freaking Metal Gear, so that definitely raises some points for me. And Silent Hill, so that definitely raises some points. I would give this a 5 out of 10. That's if I'm not considering first party. It becomes a 4 if you're considering first party. It is an average show. But I'm just thinking, man. Because I wouldn't do that with Xbox, right? Like I wouldn't go to Xbox. Maybe it's just different expectations per the show. But I wouldn't look at the Xbox showcase tomorrow and like have that expectation of like, oh shoot, they didn't show first party. Like they didn't rely on third party. So maybe it's a 4. I'm keeping that same energy, right? So maybe it's a 4. Sorry, I'm looking at show you guys what I'm writing. I don't know. I was thinking it's my score. The top is the Summer Games Fest, the bottom, and I'm thinking of whether it's a 4 or a 5. So I'm trying to be very fair. Silent Hill was freaking cool. I love Silent Hill. Bloodstain was interesting. Ninja Gaiden was cool. They had Metal Gear here. I didn't really care for Ghost of Yotei. But 007 is good. And Marvel Toku was a surprise. Like, I don't think anybody leaked that. Man. I guess it's a 4. I'm really trying to justify it, but I don't think I rated the other shows that low, and this was definitely better than the last Sony showcase. Like you guys at least admit that, right? Because I'm pretty sure I gave the last Sony showcase, it was really low. Like that showcase was awful. I didn't get that awful feeling in this one. So it's between a 4, maybe 4.55 is what I'm kind of feeling. Because it was not, that last showcase they had was straight up trash. This, you guys didn't get the straight up trash feeling for this showcase. So, but it wasn't like great. So let's go in between. It's a 4.5. 4.5 for me. So 4.5 out of 10. It's my official Stamp It rating for the State of Play. And 6.5 out of 10 was the Summer Games Fest. So it has been stamped. It can't be changed. That is my rating. So tomorrow we'll go in and see what the Xbox showcase is. I got the GameSpot rating, yeah. Oh, we gotta add the 0.5 in there. I had to add the 0.5 because, like, I'm pretty sure I rated the last Sony State of Play 4. It wasn't as bad as that last showcase. It had some good pacing and stuff, I guess. Yo, anyways. I think that's it, yo. I know there was a Future Games showcase. I haven't seen that. Maybe I'll check it out tomorrow. Maybe even tonight I'll check it out, and then tomorrow give you guys my rating on that one. But what were your guys' ratings? I see a couple people putting 4s and stuff for the Summer Games Fest. Are you guys liking this year's E3 so far? The main one's tomorrow, right? But I feel like both of these shows had some stuff. Had some surprises, some games. Like, you guys, out of these two showcases, you're probably gonna buy at least a few from the Sony show, right? Like, someone's gonna get at least one of those games. And then the Summer Games Fest had a ton of games that I'm definitely gonna get. So 6.5 for me for Summer Games Fest. This was a 4.5. Yeah. So listen, yo, it's been great. Let me go to my solo cam. Tomorrow's gonna be a fun time, yo. It's gonna be really fun. We are going to be streaming a fun speculation channel. I didn't even expect to go 3 hours with y'all, but we went through the the whole thing. If you guys want me to do more of these, just let me know. It's just been a minute. Like, last month I couldn't stream just because of the F1 movie. So if you guys see the F1 movie trailers, that's me, y'all. That was fun. Go check out the movie. I think it comes out at the end of this month. But yeah, I miss y'all. I had to go ahead and stream for y'all. This is not Clementine. That's my honestly, I was inspired by Clementine. That is a drawing that my sister did for my film. It's a short film I did called Crimson Tower, and I am working on the sequel for it, but it is a animated short film. Maybe that's what I'll show in the next solo round. But I got little posters of it. And then the other thing behind, like next to it, that's my comic that I'm working on. So many projects, too many projects. But listen, y'all, if you guys want more of these, just let it be known. Be sure to like, comment, all that stuff. It really does encourage me, because I do get really busy, and I see you guys out there like, where's Pixelated Echoes? And I'm like, that helps. That definitely that definitely helps, because I'm in so many different work streams, and sometimes you're like, you wonder. I think when we took a break on with Mav and everything on Fun Speculation channel too. It was really encouraging to see everybody just be like, we missed you guys' content and everything. That meant a lot to me, and I'm sure it meant a lot to Mav. So I really do appreciate you guys like sending us all those messages. It means more than you guys can know, so I appreciate y'all. But we'll be kicking it. Me and Fuzz are gonna be doing these every Sunday again, just not tomorrow because the showcase is tomorrow. So we're gonna be hanging out with the fam tomorrow. But after that, we'll be streaming on the reg again. If you guys want to also be on the show, like anybody in chat, if you guys want to jump on, invites are always open to you guys as well. Poison, if you want to jump in, start talking trash, I'm fine with that. But no, I appreciate y'all, and it's gonna be fun show tomorrow. I'm excited. I didn't get to talk too much about predictions, but listen, I do know one thing that's gonna happen tomorrow. Pong is gonna be excited, I think. That's all I'll say. But it's gonna be cool. So I'll see you guys on the next one tomorrow. And I think, what time does it start? Hold on, let me see what time it starts. But you guys can find me. Sorry, Poison. You guys can find me on Blue Sky at 3-bit. I am starting. I was thinking about maybe posting some things on X, but I don't know. I'm just not a big fan. But let me see. Game showcase. All right, so it'll be what time? Oh, give me a different time. Oh, 1 p.m. Eastern. I think someone even said that earlier. Did someone say that earlier? I completely ignored you if you did. I'm sorry. So it'll be 1 p.m. Eastern time. I think we're gonna do it 30 minutes before. So just keep your eye out on. I'll make a post about it on YouTube and our Discord and all that. So keep an eye out. But I'll see you guys on the next one tomorrow. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, and it's gonna be a fun time. So I'll see y'all. Take care.